Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the live stream here on the channel. Bit of a late live stream today, just after 10 p.m. here on the East Coast. See what we have in here today. We have Sam, Ben, Haley, Pez, Caleb, as well as Logan and LWX24, and everybody else who's in the live stream who may be watching and not chatting. Glad to have you here as well, or if I missed you, glad to see you in the stream. All right, we've got quite a bit to cover. Proxy, welcome to the stream. So I want to just go right ahead and dive on into this. I'm going to take this loop out of here, and we're good to go. We did just get a couple severes, but before I go ahead and look at those, we have a special guest to my left.
What's up, y'all?
There's Lucky. If you didn't join the gaming stream yesterday, you wouldn't have seen him. So, yeah, there's Lucky. He's here to do live coverage for me. Totally. He's going to be probably keeping an eye on things whilst we talk about, our severe weather days. But first, we'll go ahead and just look at these severes. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anything impressive left over from our severe weather event earlier this afternoon. I mean, these are just general low-end severe thunderstorms at the moment. Not concerned or rather, not concerned about any tornado threat at the moment. We have one south of Tulsa, probably near Catman there. But yeah, later on tonight, we'll get a bit of a boost in tornadic activity, but it shouldn't be something like what we had earlier today, where we had, 2-3 tornado warnings and 1 or 2 tornadoes touched down. So not an outbreak today, which is good news. We didn't miss a whole lot on the channel. But definitely a decent severe weather threat. I think we had 70-mile-an-hour winds, 3-inch hail, and 1 or 2 tornadoes that occurred. All right, I want to go ahead and dive on into our model data. And you know what? I actually didn't fix this scene. The date's going to be a little off. So we're going to do that right now because I know that's not going to be right. I had to change the dates on all these scenes and I forgot this one. But there you go. Now it's fixed. So this is going to be the 0ZHRRR. Typically, we don't have this with our normal live streams. It renders in at about 8:50 p.m. and it's normally done around 9:50 p.m. So it takes about an hour 5 minutes to render in. So we don't normally have this because we're live from 6 to 7 p.m. most nights. So we actually have our latest data for the next 2 days or so. So as we go through here at 11 o'clock tonight, we're going to see these isolated severe storms pop up in Oklahoma as well as the southern panhandle of Texas. Eventually, as we go into midnight Central Time, right around here, we should see some upscale growth in these thunderstorms northwest of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, just to the southwest of the OKC metro area, and those should intensify quite quickly for the potential of damaging winds, a couple spin-up tornadoes, and maybe some isolated large hail in that area, but hail shouldn't be the biggest concern. Personally, I don't think it will be as significant as what the ZRZ HRRR is displaying here. This has a pretty potent, severe threat later on tonight, right around 4 or 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. I don't think this is going to be as big of a severe threat as what the HRRR is portraying here, but still something to be, weather aware about as you go through your morning commute tomorrow morning. And that will push eastward. So really, Sunday morning, if you're going to church tomorrow morning, out there east of Tulsa, just be aware of some severe storms that might make their way through your region and could affect travels out there. And this is probably going to be more of a flooding risk, I have a feeling. I don't know the flooding risk because I actually didn't check that. I think it's a moderate tomorrow. It is indeed going to be a large moderate tomorrow for the potential of significant to catastrophic flash flooding. I'll show that now. So it seems like the flooding potential is probably going to be your biggest concern overnight tonight into tomorrow. So just be aware of that out there in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, right where we saw our severe weather threat. What was it? Very early this week? Yeah, it was Wednesday earlier this week. So just be aware of that flash flooding threat there, especially if you are in a flood zone. Take note that we could see some isolated catastrophic flooding events tomorrow. Moderate risk, that's a level 3 out of 4 on the scale, so that is pretty high up there. Not something you see every day. Pulling this forward into Sunday evening, around 5 p.m. Central, we should see another severe weather event kick up just to the west of Denton, Texas, northwest of Fort Worth, Texas. Damaging winds, large hail, and a couple tornadoes, potentially even an isolated strong tornado, will be a possibility from about 5 p.m. to 8 or 9 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. Around the Texas-Oklahoma border, and then after that, things go upscale very rapidly late tomorrow evening, around the 7 p.m. Central Time frame. And overnight, we still have that risk for damaging winds, an isolated spin-up tornado, and small hail going into Monday morning. But mainly that flooding risk, like I said. And then finally, here on Monday, this should be our primary threat for severe weather. We'll have a lot of isolated thunderstorms in Arkansas, Missouri, some just overall crap convection, not really thunderstorms, but crap convection out there in and around the Tulsa area pointing south. And then as we go towards 3 p.m. Central Time, that's when these storms should grow upscale quite rapidly from, like I said, about 3 p.m. Central. And this should be more of an all-day threat into potentially the overnight hours as well. In my opinion, and I said this 5-ish days ago or so, I do think Monday is going to end up being our biggest day for severe weather because that's when our main trough ejection pulls through in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, Texas, maybe even northwestern Louisiana. So I do think we could see a couple strong tornadoes in this area. Most specifically, probably this region here where those ingredients should be maximized. If we take a look at, I don't want to look at that. I want to look at instability. So yeah, your instability access should be maximized right in and around that area, around 4 p.m. Central Time. Monday afternoon. So I would keep a very, very close eye on this severe threat if you're watching from this area. The good news is, unfortunately, this is bad news for tomorrow. Tomorrow I will not be able to cover at all, but Monday will most likely be able to cover all the way from when these storms fire off near 3 p.m. Eastern throughout as much as it's needed. So we should be, full streaming mode for all or most of the day Monday, which is great news. And like I said, I mean, look at the flood threat here. This is your HRRR. I think that's like 9 inches of rain there. Yeah, 9 inches of rain within 2 days. So some very significant flash flooding could be possible. I noticed you guys can't see the upper half of this. That's okay, though. I'll zoom in some. There you go. So very significant flooding possible across Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, in and around that moderate risk area that the WPC has put out. I'll show that again, that just in case you're just now tuning in. What'd you drop there, Lucky? So here's that moderate risk for tomorrow. Just make sure you're weather aware. That's for flash flooding for tomorrow. Lucky's watching a chaser feed. What? This dude doesn't know how to work his laptop. Yes, this is for flash flooding. Thankfully, that's not the SPC outlook, or we would be in a big issue. A day 2 moderate. That's not something you see. I mean, that's like once or twice a year you'll see a day 2 moderate risk for severe weather. But here's your outlook for today. Tornado risk. We do have a 5% chance out in this area. That's where we saw a tornado or two. I also believe that we could see an elevated tornado risk just to the southwest of Oklahoma City in like the Norman area pointing southwest. So I would keep an eye on that overnight. Could have a spin up tornado there. Damaging winds, primary area is of course going to be right in here in the very late evening hours where we are now into the overnight hours. Large hail, that hail risk has really already begun to diminish. That will start to go down at 10 p.m. Eastern. It's already 10:11 over here on the East Coast, so still possible that we see 2.5 inch hail out there, but we did already get a 3-inch hailstone earlier today. So I think that hail threat's mainly done, at least for tonight. Tomorrow, we've got a even larger risk for severe weather. Big marginal risk level 1 out of 5 with a slight risk level 2 out of 5 in the middle there in the yellow. Quite large, 5% chance for tornadoes. Like I said, northwest of Fort Worth in and around the Denton area, all the way up through the OKC metro into southeastern Oklahoma. That 5% does go a little bit further west than I expected, but you know, we could still see a spin up tornado or two out in that area as we go through tomorrow. Damaging winds, still a 15% chance for damaging winds out there every 25 miles of given point, and that hail threat remains elevated as well. So slight risk for all hazards tomorrow as well as today. Day 3 should be the biggest of the 3 days. Like I said, we have today's severe threat, tomorrow's, and then Monday's. The SPC has a very large, let me zoom this out for y'all again, a very large slight risk for severe weather, level 2 out of 5. I do think we could see an enhanced risk, probably for damaging winds in and around for this area, but it's a little hard to predict that, of course. Just most of our model runs are showing damaging winds being the biggest issue in this area. As for hail or tornadoes, we're not close enough to say that. So just keep an eye on that area. Could see a level 3 introduced there. But at the moment, we got that level 2 and that level 1 threat for severe weather. Of course, level 1 and 2 out of 5. And we don't have any tornado probabilities, wind or hail, because we're not on the day 2 outlook. So that is Monday's outlook once again. And after that, we don't have anything on the day 4 through 8 outlook. I think that will change. I'm not for sure just yet. I haven't gotten to look at our newest model data, but what I saw, 2 days ago looked decent enough for a severe weather threat. It doesn't look that notable anymore. Yes, they may introduce a 15% in eastern Oklahoma for November 8th eventually, but right now it doesn't look like there's enough confidence to do so. Wow, tornado ingredients for Lucky on November 11th. Yeah, that's not going to happen. See, look. November 11th. That's the first time I've actually seen, like, rain in the forecast in, like, the last 2 weeks.
Bro, I got rain on the way here.
What?
Yeah, as soon as I started.
There's no way, dude.
It was like a little rain shower.
Not here, right?
No,
in
not
Virginia.
here.
Okay,
No,
I was gonna say we don't get rain over here.
It was in Roxborough, I think.
Hello, Catman.
What's Lucky doing? I'm chilling.
He's watching stream as well as Storm.
Chasers.
Yeah, Storm
all
Chasers.
the chasers are ending. Or at least most of them.
Let's see.
I don't know if that's a sign or what.
Would South Central Oklahoma be a good target area in parts of northern Texas for tomorrow, you said? Yeah. I mean, that's probably where I would end up targeting. Let me switch back over here. There you go. Well, I probably shouldn't have switched back because I ended up going right to this model run anyways. But yeah, that would be a good target area. You know, let me check the NAM really quick, even though it's not that good. Yikes. I like how Oklahoma just gets one supercell that ends up probably going crazy. Wow. Look at that. Dude, yeah. Hopefully that does not happen. That would be insane. But, yeah, I would target right around that area. I'd probably go to Ardmore, Oklahoma for tomorrow's risk. Let's see. 3 days of rain is literally a blessing for the golf course I work at. Yeah, we could use some rain down here too. Send a drizzle my way. I'll take anything. I'll take absolutely anything. They did downgrade that severe for south of Tulsa. It's down to a special weather statement now. And we still have 2 severes north of Midland, Texas. Neither look like a tornado threat. Like I said, I think our tornado threat is nearly done for the night. We could have a second uptick in tornadic activity overnight. Like I said, probably somewhere in south central Oklahoma, north central Texas, as we go towards like 6 a.m. tomorrow, 5 a.m. central. So we'll keep an eye on that overnight. Your NAM 3K is going to start rendering in for Monday. We'll definitely be live to see that finish rendering, at least in terms of Monday's severe threat. All right, that's most of your severe weather update. Now we could go ahead and turn on over to the tropics for a bit, and then we'll come back on over to your NAM 3K once that's done. So whilst we were taking a little break here, we managed to see Tropical Storm Patty. That would be, obviously, if you watch the video, you know that is actually a call out that I nailed perfectly in my video. I said that it has extratropical characteristics, but technically it's a tropical storm because ASCAT Sands actually showed it. And they ended up naming it after I made that video. They ended up naming it. So there you go. We actually did get Tropical Storm Patty. Wow. That is like 10 miles per hour shy of a hurricane, actually. Okay, I wanted to see if they forecasted that to become a hurricane. It is beginning to form more extratropical characteristics now, which is good news. But yeah, there's your big 80% chance for tropical development now out there in the Caribbean. A bit of uncertainty on exactly where this is going to go, but most of our models now are starting to point this towards in between Louisiana and the southern tip of Florida. There's some models that still take this towards like Texas and then spin it back towards Mexico, then put it back in the Gulf and take it out to sea. I don't know. They do a lot of stuff. I'll show you in a minute. But generally, I would be watching if you're in Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, all of Florida, parts of Georgia. I would keep an eye on this AOI as it's probably going to make its way in y'all's direction over the next week or so into the beginning and middle portion of next week. You want to hit the space bar any louder there, buddy? Okay, let me go back over to this. We also have that yellow AOI still southeast of the Bahamas. I don't think it's going to do anything. Oh, wow. Somehow we got Lane in the Eastern Pacific. Completely forgot about that. I remember we had like a 80% chance for development out there. Felt like that was a week ago or so, but it seems like it eventually developed there into Lane. Let's go over to Tropical Tidbits now because I want to show you guys the potential tracks of 97L. I don't even know what the name will be after Patty. There's Patty right there. This is 97L. It has been designated as a invest. So there you go. These are I think your GFS ensembles. Yeah, your GFS ensemble tracks here. And like I said, they're going to take it right towards in between Louisiana and southern Florida. That's where the majority of your tracks go, generally in that area there. but a lot of differences between intensity and where it will exactly go. So we'll just keep an eye on it. But I'm very confident that we're going to see a tropical storm, maybe even a hurricane impact Cuba as we go towards what's today, Saturday. So probably Wednesday or so next week, we'll most likely see a tropical storm or a hurricane develop and impact Cuba. And then it's probably going to go into the Gulf of Mexico, where hopefully our trough ejection will shear it apart. That's why if you follow some of these ensembles like this one here, it intensifies it into probably a Category 2 hurricane. And then before it even gets to Mississippi or Alabama, it weakens back to a tropical storm before it makes landfall. So hopefully that wind shear can get rid of this system before it impacts the U.S. But regardless, I think we're going to get a named storm out of this out here in Cuba. There's your tracks from all your different models. And like I said, the majority are going to take it in between Louisiana and southern Florida. We have a few that take it out of that range, but generally we're looking from Louisiana all the way to southern Florida. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on that. I want to go to your hurricane models because those recently rendered in and show quite the concerning trends here. Going through on your HWRF, probably 18Z. Yep, 18Z model. It does develop this into a probably I'd say a high-end mid-tier Category 1 hurricane. That would probably be actually a low-end Category 1 hurricane, rather. So low-end Category 1 hurricane there on your HWRF model run. And then, wow, okay, actually gets it to a borderline major hurricane before it hits Cuba. And then rapidly weakens it as it goes into the Gulf, and it just stays around probably low-end hurricane strength. And kind of stalls out on Florida on those last 3 frames there. See that? Stalls out just to the southwest of Florida. So we'll continue to watch these models closely. That's just one of our 4 models. Let's go to your HMON model run spoiler. So let's go ahead and pull this forward. Develops it into, like I said, probably a low. This would probably be a tropical storm. Normally a 992. That's not going to probably be a hurricane. So that's probably a mid-tier, maybe high-tier tropical storm there as we go into November 5th. That's just 3 days away. That's what, maybe Tuesday there? Should be Tuesday. And then after that, it develops it gradually in the Gulf back to a tropical storm and then weakens it before it hits Florida. So far, none of these show anything crazy for the U.S. This is your HAFSA. I'd prepare for a major hurricane with this one. Slowly develops a tropical storm again as we go into November 5th. And then a hurricane as we go into November 6th. Maybe a Category 2 hurricane as we go into November 7th. And there you go. Maybe even a borderline Category 4 hurricane there as we go into the afternoon hours of November 7th, going into the south central Gulf of Mexico. All right, now this one might be our craziest model run. Either HAFSA or B will be our craziest model runs. But here's our HAFSB this time. Again, slowly develops a tropical storm as it goes towards Cuba on November 5th. See if it gets any stronger. Probably still right around tropical storm status on November 6th. And maybe a hurricane on the afternoon of November 7th. So looks like your HAFSA is going to be your most aggressive. But the main thing I want you to take away is definitely not that this is going to be a hurricane in the Gulf, but rather that we're probably going to see a tropical storm impact Cuba on November 5th. That's the current trend that I would be worried about. After that, what it does in the Gulf of Mexico, only time will tell there. We're going to have to wait. Just keep an eye on the model run trends. Keep an eye on the NHC. And after this thing gets very close or hits Cuba, then we can start worrying about what it will do in the Gulf of Mexico. That is if a trough ejection doesn't just shear the whole system apart, like some models show. But again, there is your tropical weather outlook here for the next 7 days. NHC is expecting a tropical depression or tropical storm to form somewhere in that red AOI, probably within the next 48 hours. Most likely make its way very close to, if not into Cuba as we go to Tuesday and Wednesday. And then after the Gulf of Mexico, you can see that AOI doesn't go into the Gulf because it is quite a question mark on where it will go around, I should say, after it hits Cuba. And then we have this tiny little AOI right there, southeast of the Bahamas. Really not concerned about that. You know, we're probably going to see some rain in the Bahamas, northern Haiti, Jamaica, southeastern, eastern Cuba, but shouldn't be anything like a tropical storm or tropical depression. So Patty's going to keep spinning out there, going up towards the northeast. And our main story over the next couple days are definitely going to end up being this AOI here as we go into the middle and latter half of next week. And then, of course, our severe weather event as we go into Monday here. It's your new NAM model, and it's going to show probably something crazy. Yeah, definitely going to show something crazy. As we go into Monday, we could see severe weather in this area here. A much larger area, though. I'll show you the SPC outlook. That way you can get just an idea. Almost, what is that? That's over 30 million people inside the risk for severe weather Monday. Look at that. Very, very large level 1 and level 2 threats for severe weather there. That's a level 1 and 2 out of 5, of course. I already looked at it, Tornado Man. Anything?
It was looking decent, but it's the one near it was the one that hit Andrews, that one.
Oh, this little mini supercell.
It was looking decent, but I didn't see anything on the ground. And plus, it's real dark. It looks pixelated, but I'm in.
I would be shocked if it's rotating. Alrighty. Well,
Yeah, other than that, nothing really. Nothing really comes up on the radar. I can do that.
I'll go and pull up the NAM model. That was the NAM 3K we were looking at, but I want to pull up the actual NAM model now. I see the environment there. We're gonna switch over here. So this is your NAM model that just it's just about halfway through rendering. And like I said, as we go into early tomorrow morning, we could see a tornado or two in southwestern, south central Oklahoma, north central Texas. Most likely time frame for a tornado would be right around the 5 a.m. mark. Most likely, the timing is a little uncertain on exactly when that tornado threat will peak. But somewhere in the overnight, dead middle of the night hours is when that tornado threat should peak early tomorrow morning. And as we go into tomorrow afternoon, we're going to have the risk for a tornado or two out here in Texas and Oklahoma. Peak timing for that will be from about 5 p.m. all the way till about 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then finally, we go on into Monday's risk, which should be the biggest threat. And you can see that very large open warm sector here over Texas, Louisiana, Missouri, pointing even off your screen up here to the north and east. Or to the top right. And that would allow for, that would allow for quite the tornado threat there. Hold on. I'm going to very much nitpick this, okay? So don't take this sounding seriously, but I'm going to very, very much nitpick this. This is going to be for 8 p.m. Eastern time, which actually...
Oh, wow. Yo.
Dude.
Talk about a sounding, dude. Talk about a sounding, y'all.
Let me sing this out for y'all. Look at the photograph.
Yo, it's on the charts. Yo, it's literally on the charts.
Dude, that's wild.
Yo.
Holy crap. I told you I was going to nitpick it, but wow. 955 mid-level shear. Dude. Look at that. 955.
That's terrible.
Holy
look at
look at the veering.
Look at the slinky.
Look, it's going the other way. Dude.
Look at that, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Wow.
Let me guess, that's a name, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd be so concerned if that was an ARRR. I'm gonna be honest.
A little lack of instability there. But
Yeah, only 1,000. I mean, that's still plenty.
that's a ridiculous sounding right there.
Dude, I don't think I've seen anything like that, honestly. Off the charts.
I've seen it before, but it's been a little while. Wow, that is crazy. Also, don't listen to this. I'm just gonna mark that out for y'all.
There's no way, y'all.
Wow, that is a perfect or near perfect sounding. There's a few little things here, like the instability being a little low, lapse rates being a little low.
Lapse rates always like kill in any thread.
I'm just going like that's crazy veering. Look at that.
Look at that.
It's going the opposite way. The wind barb's literally going almost pointing southeast eastward there. Look at that. Dude. That would allow for some rapidly rotating supercells. If you got something discrete in that, dude, holy cow.
That would be like the most like I would say probably photogenic too, right? That'd be real photogenic.
Well, based on the NAM's precipitation simulated preset, probably not.
Oh, is that in that cluster?
No, I took it right here, dude. I nitpicked that thing.
Pick another one.
Right. Okay, hold on. I want to get that. Yeah, right there. Y'all don't listen to these soundings. We're just literally doing it for fun. It's gonna change tomorrow. It will change tomorrow. Watch if we do the 12Z from earlier today in the same area, same time. This is a little bit to the southeast though.
That's still crazy.
Still,
That's
yeah,
still crazy.
still crazy.
That's still
Just a
consistent.
small capping in place. That's why it's not a
PDS.
PDS
But
possible
it's
type.
still the photograph is almost off the charts still.
Dude,
Look at that.
look at that. This one's definitely way more impressive right here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude. I mean that is just perfect kinematics right there.
Too.
Like I don't know if you're gonna see much better wind shear than that.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, almost 1,000 mid-level shear. Oh my goodness, that's insane. But thankfully, it looks like this is trending more linear, which would allow for a lesser tornado threat. There you go. There's our newest NAM 3K model run. And that very potent environment would be right about there, right about in the middle of your screen. Well, kind of right here, like I said. And yeah, that just looks very linear, which is great. You know, if it's messy, then we're going to end up with kind of the same scenarios what we had on Wednesday, where we have this very potent environment that could easily spawn a strong tornado. But because it's so messy, we never actually see that threat materialize. So we'll see if it uptrends over the next few days. You know, Monday looks to be the primary severe weather day out of all three. And definitely has the best environment, that is for sure. The HRRR is probably more concerning than the NAM, because the NAM obviously has that linear bias, whereas the HRRR still has linear, of course, but just the cells overall look a bit healthier as you go towards 5 p.m. Central. Also, I want to check the NAM 3K's instability. Yeah, so that little area I nitpicked on the NAM. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the warm sector is going to be a lot there's going to be a lot more instability, long story short.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see that. Look at that. Yeah, so Oklahoma, probably eastern Oklahoma yet again is going to end up being the main target area if if I were to chase. That's going to be the area I'm watching the closest for significant severe weather as we go into Monday evening, Monday night, overnight hours of Monday as well. So we'll definitely need to watch this closely. Gracious day. Wow. Look at that. Nice lower level jet right there. Let me get a more continental view here. There you go. Definitely not the perfect tilt for a trough ejection. That's probably going to lead towards a way more linear threat just based on how that trough looks. I would definitely vote on a more linear threat, more of a line here. Maybe some embedded supercells in the line, of course, but it doesn't look like a discrete mode yet. Gracious day. Yeah, look at that nice warm sector there with the moisture too. I mean, your 62s go all the way into Wisconsin. Let's see. So if anything can mature in front of the line, it's scary. I mean, it would definitely be a high-end tornado threat if that were to happen. And if those cells could sustain and not be messy, because that's another thing. You know, with Wednesday's threat, we did end up seeing those storms in front of the line, but they were messy and never were really able to get going. Until 2 hours later, where one eventually dropped a tornado in far northeastern Oklahoma. And then quickly died out. Look at this, Lucky.
What? Yo. Wait,
That's
is that real, bro?
yeah,
Like, bro.
that's definitely some good photographs right
Look at
there.
the photograph, the second to bottom one on this first,
This?
second, third. No, up. That one.
Dude, that's elongated right there. Look at that.
Yo.
It's a long photograph. I think that's why I nitpicked it. That other sounding. Yeah, that's exactly where I took it. I took it right there. Yep. Definitely want to watch for severe weather in Dallas, especially tomorrow, but at the moment, Dallas is perfectly fine. No severe weather is imminent for you guys out there. Gracious day. Definitely most concerned about Monday. That's probably going to end up being our biggest day. Tomorrow could be a big day if we can get 1 or 2 discrete storms to form, but at the moment, it looks very, very messy for tomorrow. You can see this very linear line, which will allow for, you know, a small tornado threat to develop in this general area here. But if we could get a discrete storm tomorrow, that's going to be where we'll most likely see the tornado threat peak. Which I don't know if we're going to be able to see a discrete storm or not. It would probably be around 5 p.m. Central tomorrow. But Monday looks like the best chance for severe weather in Dallas, probably around the time frame of 2 to 3 p.m. Central. It could be later, could be a little earlier. It should be 2, 3 p.m. Central, if not later. Because there's still some trends, you know, this model run has rain in the Dallas area actually as late as 6 p.m., whereas this model run has it at, let's see, at 1 p.m. So, just going to keep an eye on it. Either way, I don't think Dallas will be in the, you know, the greatest threat for severe weather on Monday. Monday's threat should really be in this region here. At least for, like, the potential for, you know, tornadoes. It should really be in that area. The best tornado risk, highest tornado risk. Still alive over there?
Yeah.
There's only 1 severe left now for 7 more minutes. Like I said, we will probably see severe weather occur tomorrow night in South Central Oklahoma, or tonight in South Central Oklahoma. I don't feel like it's going to be bigger than the threat we had earlier today, where we end up with, you know, 3-inch hail or so. But it'll be bigger than what we're seeing now. You know, right now we're just seeing 1 or 2 severes every now and then. Good news is, though, the overnight ingredients aren't that high. Not nearly as high as what we'll end up seeing Monday. Yeah, Lucky's watching Chaser feeds. He's not playing a game, shockingly. Pretty surprising, I know.
Yeah, I'm watching Chaser streams, yo. Well, actually, the only chaser that I kind of really know.
All right. Well, if you guys have any questions about the severe weather threats or tropical activity, go ahead and
That
put them in the chat. Yeah, it's infrared satellite above my face cam. That's what he's talking about.
do a bigger loop, or do you not usually do that?
I mean, I can.
Like,
When does the severe weather threat hit me and the worst on Monday? Let's see. When does it hit you? Okay, so it depends. Do you live in Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Iowa, Illinois? Where you at? Unless I missed you saying your location. There's a lot of people, so you know, I don't remember everyone's locations. Or you in the Caribbean? Gulf of Mexico? St. Louis. Okay, there you go. Let's see. What day did you ask for specifically? Monday. Monday. So yeah, Monday's definitely the biggest day out of all three for St. Louis. You're in that level 1 out of 5, which isn't the biggest threat, but you know, it's the highest threat you have. It would definitely be overnight, probably close to 3 a.m. Tuesday morning. And personally, I don't see much coming out from it. Maybe an isolated damaging wind gust, but I really don't think you'll see much out there in St. Louis. You are in the risk, though. You are in the risk. And about you for Monday? Nothing. Like, how is bro even in the marginal risk? Is rain even going to get up there to you? Bro, it might not even rain on Monday. Oh, no, it's going to rain Monday morning. Yeah, I see nothing up there. I see nothing. But you could end up with an isolated wind gust. I mean, you're in the marginal risk, so you're technically in the threat, especially according to the SPC. But, you know, if I lived out there near where you are as a chaser, I would be not planning on chasing. It does not look like anything chaseable. Yep, you're not in the risk legacy. See if I missed any questions. Okay. I do think Monday will be enhanced. Most likely for wind, though. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the live briefing, make sure you hit that like button. It's greatly appreciated. It helps us reach the YouTube algorithm. And share the stream with your family, friends, social media. It's greatly appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Let me go over to the SPC. So yeah, there's no longer any watches in effect. We do have a 40% chance for a tornado watch or a severe thunderstorm watch to be issued in north central Texas. I'll show you that right now, which I don't think it's going to be here. They changed the settings. It has its own tab. Is it this one? Okay, there you go. So in that blue there, yeah, in the blue, we have a 40% chance of seeing a severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch to be issued. I think tomorrow is too conditional to have an enhanced risk for severe weather. So, personally, I don't think so. But we very easily could end up with a an enhanced tomorrow. Really, Catman? You know the future? Bro said it will stay slight. Like, bruh. Haley, I think you're all good to go. I don't believe this threat's gonna get all the way up to you. Well, actually, you are in Sunday's risk, or rather Monday's risk. Ooh, yeah, you could see severe weather Monday evening around 6 p.m. Central. It doesn't look like a big threat. The main threat will stay off to your south, but you could get in on a severe storm. You're in the bullseye for tomorrow. Let's see here. Yeah, you'll be in the beginning threat. Like he's going crazy over there. Dude. Yeah, but your threat's going to be in the afternoon, Marcus. Your threat will be in the afternoon tomorrow. Likely right around 2 p.m. But all right. I don't really think there's much more to go over. There's definitely a lot of severe weather, so just make sure you're weather aware out there. I'll go over it all again, just briefly with the outlook. So today's outlook still have that slight risk for severe weather. There's a 5% chance for tornadoes in that brown. Switch back over here. So 5% chance for tornadoes every 25 miles of a given point in that 5% brown area. However, of course, storms are weakening as they move off to the northeast, so I don't think we'll see another tornado in that area today. I do believe we could see a spin-up tornado in and around this region overnight tonight. So I would not rule out a tornado in that area overnight tonight. Damaging winds will be the primary concern, though, in and around the OKC metro area very, very late tonight. Large hail, probably large hail threats over. We could still see 1-inch in diameter hail as that continues off to the northeast and eventually congeals into a line south of the OKC metro area late tonight. But I think the hail threat will remain around the realms of 1 inch in diameter or less for today, the rest of today. Tomorrow, slight risk for severe weather, level 2 out of 5 as well in that yellow area. We have a larger 5% chance for tornadoes every 25 miles of a given point. That includes OKC, Norman, Lawton, Oklahoma, Wichita Falls, Texas, also Sweetwater, Texas, inside that 5% chance for tornadoes. Damaging winds will also be a possibility, as well as an isolated large hailstone up to about 2-inch in diameter. Day 3, which is Monday, is the biggest risk of them all. I do think we could see a level 3 threat introduced somewhere in and around the eastern Oklahoma area, western Arkansas, probably into southwestern Missouri as well. Primary threats there will be damaging winds, 2-inch hail, and most likely a few tornadoes, potentially even an isolated strong tornado Monday afternoon, evening, and Monday night as well. The overnight threat Monday shouldn't be significant. Storms should start to weaken around 10, 11 o'clock Eastern time Monday night, so hopefully we won't have much of that nocturnal strong tornado threat. Most likely won't be live tomorrow. I'm still planning on a good solid coverage live stream Monday, but tomorrow I'm going to be busy pretty much all day. If I do end up doing a live stream tomorrow, it will be late like today's. We're at 39 likes, about 50 people watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Try to get us to our like goal of 50 likes. So the main area through like all of these events is southwestern Oklahoma. If you're in like Lawton, Oklahoma, I mean, you're in today, tomorrow, and oh, nope, not Mondays. So this region here. Today, tomorrow, Monday. Yep. That one area is inside all 3 days of the main severe weather threat. I don't think I'll miss a whole lot tomorrow. I don't think we'll see a lot of, I don't think we'll see an outbreak tomorrow, is what I'm trying to say. We're of course going to end up with the potential for a tornado or two tomorrow. But shouldn't miss a lot. It doesn't look like a big day. It does not look like a big day to me. Yet. Keyword yet. Who knows? Maybe we can have a big uptrend tomorrow morning. Let me quickly go check this. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Hopefully Monday's threat won't be nocturnal tornadoes, but I think probably tonight. I think tonight's going to be the primary nocturnal tornado threat. I don't think we'll see much of a nocturnal threat tomorrow night. It's definitely possible this is tomorrow's outlook. It's definitely possible for a nocturnal tornado threat in this region tomorrow night. And then we do have that nocturnal threat that could be more notable tonight in this region. And Monday, it's uncertain right now. I don't think we'll see much of a nocturnal threat Monday night. If we do, it's going to be on the east side of that outlook. So if we do see a nocturnal tornado threat, it will probably be in this area. Maybe a little more south. But generally around there. Based off of ingredients. Because this area here will have the most ingredients in the day. So those ingredients will be able to sustain, over a couple more hours as opposed to if you had lower end ingredients. 7 likes away from our like goal. I do want to go over to this really quick. So there's something called NATOcast on X/Twitter. Marcus just pointed it out there. As a chaser, I definitely look at NATOcast on a daily basis and sometimes, generalize a forecast around that in terms of me chasing personally. However, it's still not perfect. That was definitely seen today. NATOcast had a 15 significant chance for tornadoes today, which typically, 15 sig, that's a moderate risk. That would be, you're talking about a lot of strong tornadoes, maybe even a violent tornado being a possibility. And obviously, thankfully, we did not see, we had a decently strong tornado, but I don't think it did much damage. It was mainly in a field from what I saw. It was a pretty good, I don't remember exactly what tornado it was. It was a decent sized tornado though. But that occurred in New Mexico, which was not where NATOcast had the 15 sig. So just long story short, remember, NATOcast is based off of model runs too, okay? It's not the SPC. It's literally a couple model runs based into an outlook, made into an outlook. I can't English. They take in this case, 3 model runs, and they average those model runs out, and it puts it into a map of tornado probabilities to try and simplify it. There's more to it than that, but simplified. It also has a massive 15 sig tomorrow, which today's didn't verify. I wouldn't expect tomorrow's to verify. Just listen to the SPC. They're the professionals. These are their outlooks too. There's a reason why NATOcast isn't on Radar Omega. It's the SPC outlooks, because we don't want the public to get more confused. If you throw in NATOcast, model runs, CSU outlooks, SPC outlooks, you just get a lot of different mixed messages for a specific severe event. So it could just confuse people. But yeah, any last second questions? Go ahead and put them in the chat. We're 6 likes away from the like goal. I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. Remember, if you hit that like button at the end of the stream or just after the stream ends, it still pushes the stream out to more people for about the next 2 to 3 hours or so. So, you know, this information is still going to be valid until their next SPC Outlook, which I think is at like 2 a.m. So about another 3 hours, which don't forget, clocks go back an hour. So you get an extra hour of sleep. So go to sleep early. Let me go back over to our current radar site. Yeah, we already have some prefrontal. Oh, we already have some pretty good prefrontal supercells out here in Oklahoma. That's actually rotating quite a bit. That could spin up a tornado quite easily. That's going to be southeast of Chandler, Oklahoma. But yeah, we're going to conclude stream. Definitely just remain weather aware out here in Oklahoma. You know, you're in that risk area. Just remain weather aware. But we're going to go ahead and conclude stream. We've had a long day here, so say bye, Lucky.
I'll see y'all
next year.
I'll see y'all. Well, honestly, probably the next time I will be able to come down is almost next year, probably. Or very close to my birthday.
Or we may stream tomorrow night. We'll just see. Wave goodbye. I gotta switch
go.
scenes.
I gotta go tomorrow night.
No, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Duh.
I got school the next day.
No, you don't. You don't go to school. Wave, quick. I gotta switch the scene. All right. Thank you, mods, for on chat. Just remain weather aware if you're in the risk area in Oklahoma. Could see a tornado or two overnight. And yeah, have a fantastic rest of y'all's night. Like I said, the next live stream that is currently planned will be Monday. Could still live stream tomorrow night. I'll see about that. And yeah, thank you, mods, for on chat. And if you can't, leave a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Share the stream and the channel with family, friends, social media, and help spread weather awareness. That's gonna be it. Stay safe. Watch severe weather in the tropics. Goodbye.
See you later, brothers.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, mods from on chat. Have a great rest of your night. Stay safe, watch severe weather in the tropics.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.